Hi, I'm Kyle, Program Manager for the Tulip Experience Center. Here in the TEC at Station 1A, we're assembling a DC motor using Tulip. Using a process built in the Tulip no-code Frontline operations platform, we're able to increase efficiency and quality of our workers through a human-centric approach, connecting to hardware on our station. We're also able to increase traceability and visibility for management by interfacing with our ERP or MES systems through this Tulip app. If I go over to my Tulip app, I can first see all the work orders that I have ready for today. Now first, these can be coming from within Tulip in our full relational database, or from any external ERP or CRM that you want to use. Once they show up in Tulip, they function exactly the same. If I select a work order, I can see more information about it, and I can begin my process. Now once I begin my process, you'll see that I can control my light strips above my pick bins. These bins are going to be lit up by Edge.io, our first-party hardware solution, through the light kit ports. Now with this light kit functionality, I can also introduce poka-yoking. If I, for example, put my hand in a bin that is not what I need for the work order, my light is going to light up red. This is being driven by the Tulip Vision system with a depth camera mounted above the station. If instead the depth camera notices that a hand enters a correct bin, it'll be able to light it up blue. I also want to validate my scans for my picks. So if I scan my pick bins, Tulip is going to automatically look up the lot number and batch number and associate those with this work order. Similarly, if I scan something invalid, Tulip can validate this scan and refuse. I scan my other two parts, and I've bound all my lot IDs to my work order. If I begin assembly, I can now see rich media embedded within my app. I'll see videos of my assembly. I can see different videos depending on what part of the process that I'm in, and I can even see how many pieces I've completed so far. If there's ever a defect in my process, I can also log a defect. If I want to select the defective item, for example, the housing assembly, I can now categorize my defect. This dropdown is completely custom built with the Tulip no-code system, so if I ever need to add a new option, that can be done without a single line of code. In this case, it is broken. I'm adding a quantity for how many pieces are broken, one of them, and I can even add comments saying that it was bad. I can create a defect ticket, and this ticket is going to be printed out on my label printer with the custom information coming from the Tulip platform. Back in my process, I can now complete it by building all the pieces that are needed for the work order. I can see a summary of the pieces that I built, and I can even provide an e-signature. Now this is GXP compliant and able to be done in any of our instances. I say my badge ID and any comments if required. I sign off that this is done well, and I have another custom label printed for my motor assembly. Now because Tulip's a web platform, not the point solution, I can allow communication between any of my stations on my shop floor. For example, if I want to start an Andon light, I have an issue that I need to call someone for. Totally fine. This is a process within my step that will then turn my hardware light red. But I can also select a reason, say an equipment error, and submit it. Now that I've reported my event, a supervisor can be notified over text, email, or on our dashboard here. You can see in the event log in the bottom right, I have an open Andon for an equipment error, and a supervisor can respond to this error with a Tulip mobile app. Now that my assembly is complete and my work order is logged in Tulip, I'm ready to pass this on to the next station, inspection. In summary, in this process, we've used Tulip hardware to enforce repeatability and reliability in my users' picks. We've also printed custom labels to provide information to users down the line. And I've used a Tulip app built in a no-code environment to interact with my data systems, whether they be external ERP or MES, or internal relational databases within Tulip.